Today on this episode of Reality Gays,
Debbie went on a 3-hour tour and then got engaged to her guide.
fuck Edward, Marissa's kids just want a dog.
And a law office in a strip mall? We love to see it.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Roll it, Christina. RG on YT, y'all.
Get down tonight, Daddy.
It's time for Reality Gays. We're here to cover another reality show. And while the video plays, just sit back and let go. Now, you may be thinking, where'd the theme song go? We made this little switch because copyright's a bitch. We got 90 Day, Mormon Wives, Lalo, and more. And now you can watch us, you whore. You like to watch. You dirty slut. Yeah, you know.
Like it, don't ya? A little too much. Ooh, moist.
RG on YouTube, y'all. I want to show my creamy shoulders. And maybe my nipple.
Poodle, no!
I mean, people talk about Mido and they're not convinced, but I may be lucky enough to have a dream, maybe not, but why not take that chance? Besides, people write books about stuff like this.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, fiction. They write fiction.
They write fiction, Debbie.
They write romantic fiction. None of this is real.
None of this is
You silly
real.
heart.
Oh, silly heart. That's a good term for the silly heart.
She's a silly heart.
She's a silly heart. I might be a silly heart too. Y'all, this is Reality Gays. I'm Mattie.
And I'm Poodle. And we are two ridiculous homosexuals who love nothing more than tearing reality television a new one.
We do this. We keep saying it, but an embarrassment of riches here at Reality Gays, thanks to Matt Sharp. This is season 12, episode 2 of 90 Day Fiance, Trusting the Process.
Our part 2.
Our part 2, yes, because we can't do it all in one, because...
Nope.
Why would we? Why would we?
It's a 2-hour show.
It is a 2-hour show.
I want to apologize.
I don't...
I can say that about a lot of things.
Say that about a lot of things, yes.
Stealing your husband. Nope. Not apologize for that either.
No. Look, that's what we learned there is nothing wrong, as we learned with Ross Matthews, of admitting you're a crazy fan. Just be it.
It's true, but don't come up to me with a gun.
All right. Why do you make it weird?
That's my job.
I was trying to make a segue into telling people our interview about Ross Matthews, and then you just halted it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like a... It's like
Speaking
I'm going...
of Ross Matthews, there, I just did it for you. You're welcome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, y'all. Listen to our interview with Ross Matthews. We had a ball.
A ball.
We had a ball. It didn't feel like we did it. It didn't feel like an interview. It felt like we found a new friend.
It felt like we had friends.
We did. So, I bet he's fun when he's in Palm Springs, because he used to live in Palm Springs and then he moved to New York with a Drew show. But I bet he'll come back to Palm Springs eventually.
Oh, yeah.
He's a caftan-wearing queen like us.
I guess when it's probably on hiatus, there's no reason he wouldn't be out there.
I feel like he has a home in Palm Springs, but maybe you're right, Matt. I don't know. I don't know his life.
It's weird to speculate about that.
It's weird to speculate that. He has a handsome husband who's a doctor. What did we do wrong?
It's true.
That's true. Oh, y'all, 90 Day Con, you've come at us. We know about it, and that's all we know about. Yeah.
There will be a 90-day con.
Period. That's all we know about this. So, I haven't looked at any of the other upfront. I don't know what other TLC shows are on deck or what's been renewed.
I have not been able to dig in yet.
It just came out today when we're recording this, so I have it earmarked I will read that later to be abreast of things.
Keep abreast
of things. So anyway.
I would be abreast. I would be a boob. So I can be a boob.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any other announcements we got going on? There are birds flying around this window in front of me in Oklahoma, but I'm okay because I know they're those bug-eating birds, and I'm okay with it.
So you're okay because they eat bugs.
I don't know. It's just something in because their song sounds pretty, but if you're watching the video and you see shadows go across my face,
and you freak out. Yeah,
it's birds. I'm doing my best over here.
Get that involved, or they're worried.
I guess so. Well, by the time you're listening to this, I'm already flying back to LA. Thank God. Actually, I enjoy coming home. It's actually really beautiful weather right now. It's a little humid, but I've been in the mornings. My brother and sister they live by a pond and this beautiful kind of wooded area. And I've been taking notes outside, just having my coffee in the morning and working. It's very nice. You don't have to hear the trash cans come. And
I'm good in my concrete jungle.
It is funny that my family's like, oh my gosh, I came in the house. Did I disturb your podcast? I'm like, I don't hear a door open. I said, if you knew what Jake and I have to put up with.
Oh my God.
I was like, you're fine.
Y'all, every time we have to stop, every time the maintenance comes around here with their blowers.
The blowers, the trash can. Remember when Aunt Peggy just came in to one of our YouTube lives? She just walked right in. Up. And I think, I think it was I went to go get a drink. I don't know what happened. Anyways.
Or I could be home in South Carolina where my mother just looks through the glass and stares at me like a cat.
Or Muffin stares at you.
Or Muffin looking at me at the corner of her eye. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Anyway. Well, when are you going back to
Before
the SC?
I go to Greece. For a week.
Oh, so you're going.
I'm on that side of the country. I might as well. I'm flying out from New York, so that way I just make it a thing. I go right to South Carolina to here, spend time with.
Take your medicine first.
Mi familia. Mm-hmm. Then go up to New York and decompress, and see a bunch of shows, see some friends, and some friends.
And some friends.
You know what I mean?
With a Z.
Mm-hmm. And get my guts rearranged, and then I fly to Greece,
where you will get your guts rearranged. Opa.
Possibly. Opa.
Opa. Poodle has already planned most of his trip, but I know some of you will come at him.
Would you like to see my
Parthenon?
Parthenon?
Boy, well, come at him with your suggestions. Just send it to Jake or Fake It.
I already know where I'm going.
Send it to Jake It or Fake It. We don't want it in our feed. I'm not going on a trip.
I already know where I'm going. I'm doing 2 days, or almost 3 days in Athens. Athens, I believe. Not Athens. That's what it's going to be. Yeah. Athens, and then I'm going to Naxos, which is an island, and I'm spending some time on Naxos and going to different cities, doing the Samaria Gorge there, and then going to Crete. And spending some time on Crete. And then I'm back to, I'm there for 11 days. I will say this is the longest vacation I've taken in a long time.
Yeah, I'm glad you're actually taking, I don't know if we'll have subs in for you or not. We might, we'll see. But I'm glad. Honestly, I'll be honest. I don't think a week is long enough. I think we just can't do it with our schedule, but I wish we could take 2 weeks a year twice. I think everyone should do a 2-week vacation because a week is not enough.
Even if you don't do anything,
take 2 fucking. If you can take 2 weeks, y'all, good for you.
I agree.
Yeah,
we work too much in this country.
We do, and we love what we do. At least
that's true. I don't have to go to a law office and wash dishes
for 18 years.
And you never had an office.
I did. Well, at the end, when everyone left because of COVID, and we had the space.
It wasn't because they wanted to give it to you.
No, they didn't want to give it to me at all. But that's okay.
Is it?
Well,
it's better if we don't think about it.
I made some some lifelong friends that have richly enhanced my life.
I totally agree. I just can't. I just could never do their dishes.
I will say this. I think I have more in my 401k than anybody my age, and it's because that law office did matching.
I would agree.
I just bored myself with that sentence. We have to move on, please.
Are we ready to jump in?
I don't think there's any. We've already announced others. The main thing is,
the Last Resort season 3, the Traders edition, coming June 1st. So we'll have 2 single life tell-alls. I'm not sure how long those are. I'm going to watch one of those tonight. I don't know if they're 2 hours or not.
I think they're 2 hours. I think they're an hour and a half.
Ooh.
So, be sure
be a long night.
Well, it's.
I'm not complaining.
Great. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, it's going to be great because I feel like Ross said 2 2-hour tell-alls.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. It's one thing that was really validating about Ross Matthews is when he said, "Just like us."
He was just as gay as we are.
No, that was that was validating, but but the fact that he said once the season ends, he completely forgets everybody's names.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I feel like I used to remember, but now there's too many people.
There's too many. There's too many people.
Yeah, and I can kind of remember some of them, but the forgettable ones to just go. Just go out of my head.
Yeah.
Who will know? Maybe Debby and Mido will be that type. Or maybe shit will happen and we will.
I tried to look on social media, and I only looked for about 5 minutes because I didn't have a lot of time this morning, actually, and I watched the show this morning. But I couldn't find. Actually, I didn't.
A single IMDb credit?
I couldn't. First of all, when I looked up his name as an actor, I was like, actor Mito from Egypt. And actually.
Are you spelling it with a D?
Is it with a D or a T?
It's with a D. I think it's D with a D,
why I couldn't find it.
I think it's with a D.
I don't know why. I wrote MITO.
Maybe it is with a T.
Because there's a famous actor from Egypt called Mido with a D.
That's what I was saying. I think it's Mido. I don't know how I can communicate this more effectively.
Well, no, it's not. But the IMDb is no. It's really a hot guy, but that's not him, is it?
I don't think so.
No, that's not him.
No.
So, God, this guy's really hot, though. Okay, I'm going down a wormhole. I need to just.
It's Mido with the D.
Oh, it is, but I don't think that's him.
Mido Fayed. If you want to look
Mido.
it up.
Mido Hamada can get it.
Okay, so Mido Fayed. So why don't you look that up while we're talking, even though this should have been done before the show? But sure. I didn't ask you to do a lot of homework, but
you didn't ask me to do this at all. You were just gonna willy-nilly.
I thought you would.
Now it's just expected of me.
Anyway. Okay. While you're doing that, I can do a little.
No, I found him now on Instagram. Let me see. The profile you are looking for does not exist. Let me look. Maybe it's this one.
I want you to look for his credits.
He has 671,000 followers.
That's a lot of followers. How many are bought?
Well, but when you have 670,000 followers and you post a video a week ago and you only have 16 comments.
Exactly. That's where you
and no reshares, y'all. That's how you see. A video in mid-April has 4 comments. This guy bought followers, y'all.
Yeah,
I know. I bought followers years ago when everybody did, and then they all went away, and now they're all real. But this guy, he's a fake.
Yeah. So we have Debby spelled. I did some work on this. Out of the people named Debby, only 1% spell it Debby.
1%?
Yeah. The rest spell it Debbie or Debi, which I've seen before.
I've seen a I don't think I've ever seen a Debbie.
Well, we said Debbie Boone, the daughter of Pat Boone, who sang "You Light Up My Life." That's basically it. Who were famous.
Was Debbie Does Dallas with a Y?
Or no, that was with an IE.
Ah.
I don't know why.
What happened to that actress?
I think she died.
It's probably
a sad horrible story. Yeah, okay. I think it is. I think there was a documentary about it. Oh. Debby, it just looks wrong. Debbe. 55 from the Big Easy, Nolans.
If I was a dog, I wouldn't wear not a button-up shirt and get it all because I'm chasing my tail.
Is that what the song was?
I'm a dog. Yes, I noticed it was like this because it was following her dog, and it was all about the dog's life.
The dog's name, I believe, is Little Bit.
Little Bit.
Little Bit.
What is that from?
Someone was called that Little Bit. I don't know.
Little Bit. It's from something in a movie or something.
In Susanna the opera, there's a male character named Little Bat.
I don't think that's it. I don't think she was picking that. Is it that from American Tail?
No, there's something called Little Bit. I don't know. Who gives a shit?
Well, people are going to ask.
So she's taking her dog to work. Is this a thing where the woman goes some places? I don't have a problem that the dog just kind of stays in a bed near the person's like desk. But so every time this woman gets up, the dog has to get up too. I'm not against dogs. In an office, that's a thing. But I wouldn't have a problem if they came in, the dog sat down in a bed and kind of made him or herself comfortable. If she's going to go up and make copies, I don't think the dog needs to go up every time. It annoys me. Then the dog has the run of the fucking office.
It wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me at all.
What if someone's allergic?
But no, I mean, dogs in office, I think everyone has to agree to that, and then everybody brings their dogs, because I get it.
Yeah.
It's hard to work, and I think there's actually studies that say people are more efficient and do better work when there are dogs in the office.
I don't agree. I just expect this dog's up and down all the time.
I mean,
feels like this dog gets exactly what it wants every single day. She sleeps in the bed with her.
But that's what you should do. They're babies.
Your dog didn't sleep in the bed with you.
No, she was crate trained. I actually don't. I don't want an animal sleeping in the bed with me.
Yeah.
Not because I think it's gross.
I don't want to traumatize my dog with what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Your dog needs to not enter your bedroom at all. And if you got a cat, which you are more of a cat person, but after them seeing your hookups, every time a strange man walked in your house, they probably just go.
A cat would be into it. So then there's just long clips of her doing insurance things, which I thought was a choice.
Well, I think what they're trying to show is that
her life is boring.
She said, this is a really boring job to do.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure you have insurance people, listeners. And
I'm positive we do. But also there's something to be said. Some people, they don't look at that. They're like, I like what I do, or I don't love the job, but I like the people that I do, and it's a great job. Yeah. And that's enough. And then I've actually read sometimes people have, quote, happier lives that don't work at their dream job. Because think about it. We get Patreon goes wrong and someone can't live our job podcast feed goes down at 11 o'clock. There have been times where I'm like in bed and I read something and I get up and I'm like, I got to do this.
Well, if our job never stops. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she says, but my life outside of work is much more exciting because 6 years with my daughter, I went to Egypt and met the love of my life. And his name is Mido, and he's 41 and he's an Egyptian movie star. And I already went, okay, I can sell you some swampland in Florida.
Yeah.
And she says he's famous on social media. Hundreds of thousands of followers. People know who he is. And the producer says, what kind of stuff has he done? He's like, well, he doesn't show me his work. And I've asked, and he says, you won't understand what people are saying. So
he's still, I think Caitlin, because Caitlin can look at his profile too, and she can tell us. I think she'll agree. Yeah. This guy's totally, this guy, this is, speaking of 90 Day Con.
Yeah, and then he calls her, and it's just then we find out they met because he was the tour guide. And that tells you everything you need to know.
That tells you everything you need to know. If someone's a famous movie star, why are they a tour guide?
Well, yes, that.
For many reasons. A, monetary, but also if you're famous, you would not be an effective tour guide because you're getting
people would recognize you everywhere.
People can't be like,
unless you're handling foreigners.
God, oh my God, Brad Pitt was my tour guide today at the Tar Pits, and it's so informative.
Well, I think that maybe there are not a lot of Egyptians taking these tours, so that could be it. But still,
yeah,
I don't know.
Not buying it, folks. Not buying it.
He called her Cleopatra or some goddess. I don't know. And my daughter told me he was flirting with me.
He's just playing all into this Egyptian prince thing.
Yep. And then I thought I was going to say, even I would not attempt this move. They were climbing into the Great Pyramid, and he just kissed her. It's a good.
There can be miracles.
His Prince of Egypt.
Exactly.
And I got to say, that's a bold move.
Yeah.
As a tour guide.
Yeah. Guess they don't have an HR department for the company he works for.
Doubtful. And she said, I'd been single for so long, I didn't know what to do. He's younger and handsome, and I didn't know if it was real. And
I really want to go now that they built that museum. I had a friend who went and said it was incredible.
Egypt?
Well, they just finished, that $1 billion museum right by the pyramids. That's supposed to be fantastic.
I always wanted to go for a while, and I still want to. I think it's a little weird. It's a very it's a tough country as far as gay rights goes.
Exactly. I've always wanted to go. I'm not saying that I'd feel safe going right now.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
And then he went there talking about tuna fish, and he says, my tuna fish speaks Arabic. And he goes, hey, by the way, can you print some headshots off for me?
Okay.
I went, okay. So that's what this relationship is.
That's what this relationship is. She's like, sure, we'll talk about said headshots later.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
And y'all remember, this woman lives in New Orleans. And I'm going to tell you now, the work in New Orleans will be the occasional short film and maybe something that comes by where actors will be hired from elsewhere, or maybe they'll hire local people for extras and something like that.
New Orleans was trying to be a film city like 20 years ago, but then it moved to Wilmington and then it kind of settled in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. There's no way he could work maybe as a ghost tour person, but there's no, if you're trying to be an actor, there's no reason you should be in New Orleans.
And we find out later he's already asking her to move to New York or
Hollywood. Yeah. And
y'all, this guy's going to be gone as soon as once the 2-year mark hits.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And she even says, she's like, if there's not an opportunity, will he be happy? He's not thinking about that. He's got his eye on that. He's cutting that. He's thinking about those 2 years. And as soon as he does that, he's moved to get his dreams in Hollywood.
Yep.
He'll end up working at Lady Love on Hollywood Boulevard.
Ari's Lady Love, where we used to get our shoes.
Mm-hmm.
God, that guy was so nice to us. He was so complimentary.
Drag queens make up all of his clientele. Of course he is.
He was like this very straight man. And Poodle would come out in like little boy shorts and heels. And he'd go, yes, very sexy.
Well, think, who else is his clientele?
He was not gay either. I think he had a wife and many children.
Well, I'm saying he doesn't care.
He doesn't care. Yeah.
As long as my money's green.
Hey, and when he say that to you, you would just coo.
Of course. I love Love Ali. And so the daughter, Devin, there's going to be some good times here between her and Mido.
But this is what's interesting about this daughter. I don't know if we've ever had a daughter who said, we really just want to support you and we want you to be happy. And I went,
that's weird.
Get that a lot on this show. We get
mostly like daughters like Mark and from Mark and Mina.
Yeah, domineering, or even like Faith, who's like, you're an idiot. Like, she doesn't say that to her mom at all. And Debbie, even when she is talking to her, she's printing out some headshots. She's like, look at his headshots. And even the daughter said, this looks like this is printed from Instagram. Because it is.
And it is. It is.
Y'all,
this is not a headshot.
We live in a land of headshot. This is not a headshot.
Headshot is forward facing, so you can see the contours of the face.
My black and white headshot from that Cirque de Face. My headshot from that terrible guy who did headshots in Denton was better than this one. Remember did you ever go to the guy? He was black. He was like on the square in Denton, and it's like little shitty. And it was like you could get a headshot for like $50 or something like that.
Those were the days.
It didn't even look like you.
No, it wasn't very good.
No.
They're talking about some sketchiness going on, and she says, well, he's very famous on social media, but he doesn't post me at all. And he says it's because it's work. I don't get upset. I just get upset when he posts other women because that gets on my nerves.
That gets on my nerves. Yeah. And we're more of that. Although we're going to find out there's a woman.
Why wouldn't he post his 55-year-old girlfriend?
Yeah. Why would he not? Why would he not?
The daughter says, I just still want to see him and get to know him more. And Debbie says, well, I just want you and your brother to say, I'm proud of my mom. We are. And she's still crying. I know you're grown, but at the end, if I don't make y'all proud.
I understand her. I'm
like, you're grown. And that is not the thing you need to be worried about.
No, we've actually had mothers that are worse about this, though.
Yeah.
But... Well, I mean, actually, I can relate to that. I think there's a part of me that I feel
you don't embarrass your kids.
I even feel that with my nephews. Like when they talk about me, I want them to be like, I'm proud. That's my uncle. So
I'm pretty much sure I'm going to embarrass mine. My nephews.
Oh, honey, yeah.
I'm going to be disappointed.
I don't think making anyone proud is something you give two shits about, and that's okay.
I really don't.
But I mean, I don't know if this is for her in an unhealthy. Mine is in a healthy way, but it's still. I understand it.
She's really dependent on their approval.
And that is, you, and I. My mom can be like that. And I think they think I'm like, go live your life, which is, I thought, kind of what Devin was saying, like live your life and just be happy. That's all I want.
Yep. Later on, she's talking to her dog and we find out Mido does not want her with the dog sleeping in the bed because we've heard this before. In Islam, dogs are considered, especially it's haram for the dog to be in the home. They're okay as pets when they're kept outside. Cats are okay. I think it's some phrase in the Quran about it, but we've encountered it before. Mm-hmm. But meanwhile, we're going to Café du Monde, which is where tourists go. I don't know any New Orleans local who spends a lot of time at Café du Monde. I bet they just did filming.
I think they just did it for the show. Yeah.
Yep. Astra and Laura. Now, did you notice something specifically about these two women? They're much younger than she is.
Oh, that's true. They are much younger than she is. I didn't think about that.
I was like, is it because you don't have any friends your age, or are they coworkers?
Maybe she doesn't. We don't know anything about her life besides the insurance agent, and that is probably I don't know if she has a lot of work friends with that.
I just think it's always very telling when they bring in people and they're bringing their friends who it is.
Yeah.
It's always telling people like Gino, because Gino doesn't have friends. You had
That's
Dana, his cousin, and now all you got's Uncle Marco.
Yeah.
And tells you a lot, actually.
Yeah.
And so now they're saying, does he know that you're going to be sharing a bedroom? He's like, well, I think so. Now I'm thinking, and he's like, well, maybe he's going to sleep on the couch, but he says there are very tight parameters because he's very Muslim and he's never had sex because he's a
41-year-old virgin, y'all.
I don't know if I believe this.
I don't think I believe this. And
I wonder how religious he is.
The only way I can believe this is if he's gay. Mm-hmm. And I don't get that vibe.
I don't know.
But maybe he's a good actor. Oh!
The friends are in kind of disbelief. And they're like, why are you surprised about him being a virgin? And of course the friend says, because I'm a slut.
Oh, yes. Laura. Yes. Laura. We see you, Laura, and we salute you.
We are you.
Sissy salute. We are you.
And so you physically haven't seen him in 3 years, and you're going to sleep in the same bed for 90 days and not do anything. Now, apparently they've kissed, but that's it.
That's it.
And we also find out this relationship has been in the works for 6 years.
And
she has not seen him in 3 years.
I went, whoa. And why haven't you seen him in that long? Is he just too busy? He's always on set.
Because my question is, does she send him money?
Probably. And maybe she can't afford because it's based on commission. But I think the insurance rep, you make decent money.
Yeah. They talk about they went through a rough patch because of that social media and that girl, that Egyptian movie star, and they broke up for a year, it says.
Which, if he's a movie actor, why wouldn't he post with her a picture with a famous actor?
Yep.
Like,
that actually makes pretty good sense.
That actually makes pretty good sense. Yeah, like, come on, Deb.
Yeah.
Come on, Debbie.
And that's where she says the line about people write books about this kind of stuff. And that's the wonderful thing about books is a lot of them are fiction. They're made up. They didn't really happen. So that's why you saying people write books about things. Yes, there are sometimes nonfiction books about wonderful affairs and relationships people have had. But most of the day-to-day of a relationship is not book-worthy. It is hard work, and it's no romance. That can only be studied way later. And I wonder how much time she's actually spent with him.
I agree.
Whether it was like a week one time, or they haven't seen each other in 3 years. 3 years. Crazy.
What crazy? Well, later on, she's crying, sitting on her bed. And again, I kind of thought she was, but maybe we don't know all the backstory because honestly, it made Debbie seem a little bit unreasonable in that she's crying and she's like, I don't know if his flight's going to happen or he's going to fall apart. Well, apparently he got some news that his father's
very sick.
Very sick, and they don't know the diagnosis, and she doesn't know what the prognosis is. So I understand she doesn't have
he's not communicating back.
So she kind of said a little bit, but we didn't get a lot of detail that he's done things like this before. So is that right? Like, has the grandma died? I'm not coming out. Has this happened? Has this happened?
My cat died.
Maybe that's the case, but if that's not the case, this is really fucking insensitive of her to me that she was kind of so pushing for this. We see next week she's at the airport and she looks like she's sobbing. I think he's showing up, y'all.
I think so. And they're trying to change the ticket, and he's like, I need 10 days. And it keeps getting more like 13 days. I need to talk to his doctor. I need 2 weeks. And then he's like, I'll find something after 2 weeks. And she says, it's always something, which makes me ask, what were the other things?
Exactly.
And she's like, I'm really worried he's not going to get on that flight. And then she just hugs onto that dog, and you know that dog is so tired of being hugged and cried on.
Little bit's a tired bit. Just exhausted bit.
Whew. She's poured all of her anxiety into that poor dog.
Mm-hmm. Well, because didn't she say she hasn't been with someone or lived with a man in like 20 years?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So long time.
Woo!
We wish them the best.
Let's talk about Marissa and Edward. We don't really get any Edward this time.
No. Okay. I'm going to say this. Well, we see Marissa. She has 50-50 custody of her kids.
That allows me to be a high-power career woman.
We do see her hot ex-husband next episode, and he is hot. But so she's basically in New York some, but then she comes home and does mom life. This is a fucking swank neighborhood that she lives in.
Yeah, it's nice. They're not hurting for money.
No, and she has two sons, Derek, who's 11, and Cole, who's 10. And Derek's
like my
the
mom.
athletic.
She had them real close together.
She did. Derek is the athletic one. Cole's the artistic child.
Guess which one I was.
Yeah, guess which one we were. Yeah. Yeah. But so they've never met Edward in person. Mm-hmm. They've never met any boyfriend in person, actually. So this is going to be a big change. I got to say, and maybe this is just because she's a 45-year-old woman, and a lot of times we have like women I can't think of her name, Shoulders McGee, who's like
Tiffany,
30 years old, having these conversations.
Well, I didn't know I was pregnant, baby.
But
yeah,
I think this is one of the healthiest ways she's had this conversation.
It was handled pretty well.
Than most people we've ever seen on 90 Day Fiance.
She let the kids talk.
Yeah.
I don't know if the best thing is where the kids kind of gave it away, where he's like, what are you most excited about, Edward? Because of a dog. Because we're going to get a dog. Because she said we get a dog if mommy's boyfriend comes to live with us. That's kind of what it felt like.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think handling and asking them about their feelings was handled well.
Yeah, I thought she did well. And like you said, she let them talk, and she made it clear, like, he's not going to be your dad. I thought that was great when she said, he's not going to be your dad. It's just going to be an adult who loves you and
another adult who loves you. Yeah.
It loves you and will play with you. And so I thought that was a great, great, great way to approach this.
And I will say, she's not defensive about it at all. She's trying to be transparent.
They're
asking, are we seeking an allowance? And she's like, probably, because he'll need help getting settled. But she says,
tries to explain to him the difference of money versus there versus here.
No, it's good. I think it was a pretty fair. She also mentions that my divorce was challenging for them, so I'm making sure they're comfortable. And she says, if the kids tell me it's not going to work, I'm going to call it quits.
I mean, it seems like she's a good mom. I'll give it to her.
Yeah, I think she's trying. I don't love I'm a football and baseball mom. It starts to feel, I don't know how she does it a little bit. And it feels kind of.
Yes, in her defense, though, women have been trained so much by culture to be, quote, super mom, that identity just, they say it. And I don't even think they realize, but that's a whole other conversation. But
I totally agree. It's not reflected well.
Yeah, don't be y'all don't try to be a super mom. That was made up by men to get women to do more shit in the 80s. It was, because they had to let women go back to the workforce because of the laws changed to allow women. And then they're like, well, we can't have women not take care of the kids. So we got to indoctrinate them with super mom. So that way the men still don't have to do shit.
All right. Well, there you go. You heard it here first.
Yeah. No, you didn't. You've heard it other places with people that said it much better than us, but
I would say so.
Anyway.
Let's go down to Alabasta, Alabama.
Oh, boy.
With Ashia and Maxwell. We meet her mother, Juliet, who's apparently a big fan of Frenchie from Greece.
Yeah. Someone got a shake and go wig.
Yeah. Loves Frenchie.
It's real It's real red.
It's like wine colored.
It's just so tightly curled too. It just, I think it would be a really cute look on her if it was just a little different color and also more styled. It literally looked like she just popped it on.
It's check and go. It's check and go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So today we're going to see a lawyer. And God, she just can't not talk like she's God's gift, can she?
Oh, she really is insufferable.
It never crossed my mind that the K1 would be denied because I have God on my side. What she also does is when she talks about how she feels, because I'm sure the production crew to ask her to that, she always gives 3 adjectives, and they're always a little similar. She's like, I feel upset, enraged, and angry. And I'm like, those are all synonyms for me. She does it later on, too.
That's funny.
And she says, when she's talking about after the meeting with the lawyer, I feel irritated, disgusted, and I wrote something else. I wrote irritated again. But there were another 3 adjectives.
Well, she's predictable at least. We meet Rod, her god brother, who is like her real brother. So
I wonder where her real brother is.
Yeah, exactly. He's a little concerned and worried about Nigeria scammers, which is a thing. They get in the car, and Rod kind of looks at her and says, I was really hoping Rob was going to be a big old queen, but he's not.
No,
I don't think. But that's what I wanted. But
like a full-on church queen.
Yes,
just,
like the choir director. Yes. And
Lordy, it's hot.
Lordy, and so she's like, well, I'm excited. And he goes, And he said, tell me, so American men, you just gave up?
The thing about this is
that was good.
She went on and she goes, and also, aren't there are Nigerian men here? Which is true. Go to Houston and find a lot of Nigerian men.
Yeah, boy.
The thing what she says is she's got a list of qualities she needs. And I was reading it down. It's not none of it seems unreasonable. But all the items of the list in toto is what feels unreasonable. It feels like she is chucking. The standards are so high, and she chucks someone for one violation from problems she'd had. So now, because this guy is in Nigeria, and she feels like God has ordained it, it's fine.
It's fine, but it's just it's one of those things where she's using God just as an excuse to qualify what she wants. But she, again, we've talked about, our friend Damona Hoffman talks about, y'all get rid of the fucking list. And even her friends are saying get rid of the list. Because when you go into a list like this, it's you're never going to find, you're looking for problems instead of looking for connection.
That's a really good point. You're looking for problems.
Yes, instead of looking,
it's the kind of thing where when people are always looking for red flags.
Exactly. Yeah,
and you can see them, but and note them. But if you're compiling them,
that's different.
I don't know if that's going to help.
That's not going to help.
Yeah,
no.
We are now lawyer in a strip mall, lawyer in a strip mall, lawyer in a strip mall. My favorite thing.
And now, his last name better be Love.
Has to.
Because we just saw, what was his name? Quartz Law or whatever?
Quartz, yes.
Quartz Law. But Love.
In a crystal shop.
In a crystal shop. Yes. What was that on? Oh, Single Life.
Single Life.
This is called Love Immigration. I need to know more about this.
I can only imagine what happens to them with a name like Love Immigration.
I'm going to Google
Alabaster, Alabama.
Well, hold on. Yeah, you keep talking.
So, of course, she says, I'm the type of person who doesn't take no for an answer. Yeah, we got that. We got that a while back. And so we meet Jeremy, the lawyer.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And she says, I think we should go back to the embassy. The crazy thing is here, y'all, you can just tell that when people go to lawyers, the first thing they start doing is telling the lawyer which they should do. You know who you're dealing with.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. His name is Jeremy Love. Well, that's great. That's great.
Has to be.
You know what? We might be kin because my grandma Hazel was a Love and was from Love County down in Oklahoma is where she got thrown by the tornado. She always said we're related to every Love. I don't know if that's true, though. There's a lot of Loves.
I don't think that's true.
She also said I was related to What's the Love from Beach Boys. She said that was our cousin. Turned out it wasn't. Yeah.
I have a feeling a lot of what Grandma Hazel says was maybe not the full truth.
Maybe.
After the tornado, especially.
After the tornado, especially. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So she says, I think we should go back to the embassy. And she's like, well, my story is more important than any story because it was God ordained.
That tells you everything. That tells you everything. What an insufferable narcissist.
Can you?
I don't know fully yet if she is, but I feel like we're getting there.
Can you imagine talking this way on a reality show about aspirational love and having an idea that people would like you if you talk this way?
I don't know if I think the thing that maybe in that sense, I don't think she thinks about people liking her.
Why wouldn't? Because she's an emissary of God.
Everything she does, God talks to her. Everything she does. By the way,
that's basically religious psychosis, by the way.
Yes. Y'all really enjoyed our interview. Boodle, you didn't probably see it, but our interview with the devil.
Oh, I need to go back and look at that one.
You should go back and listen. But people enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
It is religious psychosis.
I'm a big fan.
So.
I'm a big fan. It's fucking religious psychosis. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Like she's beyond the pale. She's lost it. And the lawyer just goes, wow, God ordained. Okay.
Sure. But even though Rod's over there trying to make sense and she's like, don't you try to lead him to any, don't let the devil mislead our lawyer.
And so she tells him the whole story. And he's like, can you believe it that they did not believe that two friends are engaged to two friends? And I wrote again, why aren't we seeing her friend?
I know.
Did she decide not to get engaged? But if she did, then that guy wouldn't have gone to get his visa.
Why? Yeah. Why didn't they go to this together?
Where is this friend?
And we saw the guy's face, but not hers. So that's, and maybe it's just as simple as she didn't want to be on TV.
Yeah. I would like to hear that, though. We don't even know the friend's name. Notice that?
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing.
Because I wonder if the producer's like, what a story to have two friends that are both trying to do 90 Day and have two friends come from Nigeria.
Yeah. But the fact that we don't know this woman's name and her face was blurred out, so we're not going to.
Because we had what's his name and what's her name, who his brother ended up marrying her sister.
Oh, yeah. What's her name? Citra and I can't remember his name.
Mike. No.
It's not Mike.
Joel.
I think it's a J name.
And
Josh? They were the one who's kind of Lalu adjacent. But yeah, his brother married her sister.
Yeah. Because
but I think the interesting thing here is we don't know. This woman's face is blurred out. It's kind of crazy that they're still going to get married and this woman's not involved.
Yeah.
And it feels like a real hole in the story.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he said, now, I don't know if you caught this, but she's like, I want to know about the appeal. And he's like, there is not an appeal. That's not how any of this works. You can't return a K-1
no.
for store credit. And that's when she's irritated. And the lawyer says, well, you could file another K-1 or you could get married.
In Nigeria.
And do a spousal petition. Now, did you hear that his family was the one who spent thousands of dollars on the visa? Not her. Which I thought was really interesting.
I could see her very much being like, I'm not spending money on this because
Me too.
Because probably
God ordained it.
Well, God ordained it, but I imagine she probably gets into very traditional roles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that is kind of unheard of to me.
Yeah,
that his family.
I wonder if she knows. Because is it the same for a spousal visa? And come at us, sissies, let us know. The K-1, they're responsible. The American's responsible for this person financially and everything.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's the same with spousal.
I don't know.
But I don't know. I mean, Michael and Angela did that spousal visa. And she acted like she was paid. So I think it would.
I don't know.
But I wonder if she knows that, because she does not seem like the type that wants to be on the hook for a man financially.
Yeah. So Rod keeps saying, I don't want to rush this. She's like, no. And then she says, just be supportive. Sometimes when people say, I wish you'd just be supportive, that means not support me as my sister. It means agree with me.
Yes,
and
because
validate
Rod says back,
what
he
I
says,
say.
I am supporting you because I'm trying to protect you. Therefore, that's how I support.
Yep.
But none of it matters, again, because it all goes back to my story is more special than anybody else's.
So I need
VIP
treatment.
Who the fuck says that?
Excuse me, do they have VIP K-1 visas?
Yeah.
I have a God sticker. It's right here.
She's like, I'm, what did she say? I'm 38 years old. I don't have time for this.
This is the entitlement here is really interesting, because it's like the U.S. government gives a shit about your biological clock.
Yeah. The U.S. government barely cares about black women anyway right now.
Preach.
So, like, the fact that you think that you, like, and from Nigeria, which good luck.
Because there's been more sanctions.
Yes.
Yeah. And at one point, she's like, is there still a possibility that it would be denied? And she said, yeah. Well, that's not what I wanted to hear. It's just like... And then she said, I have faith in God that this relationship is going to work, but I don't know how.
By the way, some of our sissies who were raised in the faith said her talking in tongues was bullshit.
A lot of people have been, we do have some Pentecostal sissies. Most have left, but some are still in. But they say this woman is an actor. It's a little bit kind of an act.
I'm actually intrigued. Message me. How can you be a Pentecostal practicing sissy and listen to Reality Gays?
I think
it's wonderful.
I think it's a little more, it's not as extreme.
I guess you can't, you definitely have to. God, well, don't you just worry all the time that some of your church members are going to get into your car and hear you talking about taking a dick going,
possibly.
Good.
I think a lot of people I did hear from grew up in Pentecostal churches. So yeah. And they're not anymore, but yeah.
Well, that's the show.
That's the show.
Yeah, it's the show. Jesus at the Gareth. He's like a dick. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Or if you're on YouTube and it's Tuesday, it's YouTube Day. So thank you for watching.
Steak.
Be sure if you are watching the video on YouTube, give us that thumbs up. Thumbs
up the butt.
Up the butt. Thumbs up the butt. Be sure to do that.
Oh, hippity hop.
Hippity ho, hippity hop. Give us thumbs up in our butts. Also, let's share the YouTube video if you want, like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Please support our sponsors. They help us do what we love to do. And so please support them. If you don't want to listen to the ads, you can jump on RG Plus at the $8 tier. That's available on Apple subscriptions, patreon.com/realitygays, or realitygays.supercast.com. And we'll be, I feel like for the sissies that are on RG Plus on any tier, when's the Bi Curious poll going to be dropping?
It's going to be later in May. I'm trying to wait until some things air.
Okay, so if you have a suggestion, we've already got a lot of suggestions for the documentary.
There are quite a lot of suggestions for.
But send that to Poodle. He keeps track, and then at the end of the month,
he'll be a tough vote.
He'll have a tally with 3 choices that y'all can choose from, and then you vote and we decide. All right, everybody. We call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yes. And if your last headshot is an Olin Mills cutout of that family photo,
yeah,
it's time to get some new ones.
Time to get some new ones. Sure is. All right, you can call us.
Call us.